All right, so today we're going to get ourselves set up with Carto. Carto is a software as a service platform enabling users like you and me to develop a interactive web map that we can share with others very easily. Okay, so it goes beyond Arc in that it is online and interactive and something that is really easy to share with anybody, right? Instead of just sending somebody a PDF like you would with a map you create in an ARC, you can actually send them a link to your map. So you'll be exploring using Carto to symbolize a data set we provide to you in Lab 4. But I want to get you a head start with the tutorial and just get you familiar with the Carto platform. It's new software. You're still learning ARC. You've definitely gained a foothold in that software. As geospatial data scientists, it's important that you stay up to date, aware and competent with other utilities, other software programs. And so that's why we're exploring Carto. Okay, so the first thing that you're going to want to do is to sign up for the service. So it is free, and you can start a 30-day account. Additional features, some spatial and analysis kind of features are available on the platform for purchase. You do not need to do any of that, but that is how they make money off this. But it will be free for you to use. And so the link you want to go to sign up is carto.com/sign up. Okay. And you can give them whatever sort of details you want here. Of course, you're going to have to give them an email that you can access. You can also use one of these. And after you sign up and log in, you'll end up with something like this, although it'll be completely blank for you. This is your dashboard in Carto, okay? So what we're going to do today is create a new map, okay? So in our dashboard, we're going to click New Map, and it's going to suggest data sets that we've already uploaded, data library from, these are just generally available data sets available to you and other users from Carto. But we can also upload our own data, and so that's what we're going to do today. We're going to connect a data set. And in particular, we're going to connect our data set on restaurants in Guelph. Okay, and amazingly, Carto has some pretty nifty data management tools that allow us to just upload, drag and drop a zip file of our shape file in our database file. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and do that. So we have here our zip file of restaurants in Guelph. Okay, that includes a shape file and all the associated files with that, as well as a database file or attribute table. We're just going to drag and drop that there, and we're going to connect that database. Okay, and we're telling Carto automatically guess what kind of data we're working with as we import it. So that'll connect in just a few moments. Okay, and it'll automatically take us to the map that's created. It automatically knows where the lat and long coordinates are, and it loads in our map. Okay, much as if we added a shapefile to ArcMap. Okay, so this is the main view for Carto. You can think of it in very similar terms to ArcMap. So we have our kind of table of contents over here. Okay, the name of our map, which we have not named yet. We'll call it restaurants. It has not been published, it is not available to share yet. And then our different layers. So we have a layer here of restaurants. And we can also add new layers. If we wanted to add another point layer, another polygon layer, a line layer, we could do that. And in fact, for Lab 4, when you're working with two different kinds of data, or two data sets, two variables, it is very likely that you will want or need to be adding a new layer. Okay, we can also change our base map here if we don't like the color scheme here for the base map. And this is our restaurant layer. Okay, so we can hide and turn that off and on just as we might click it on and off an ArcMap. Okay, so we can go ahead and click on that, and that is sort of like right-clicking and entering layer properties in ArcMap. Okay, so a few things stand up to us. There's a couple tabs here we're not going to explore, but the first thing here is it takes us to the Style tab, which is again kind of like the Symbology tab in Layer Properties. Okay, we can change the size of the points here. We might want to make them bigger to stand out more. But we can also change the color. So we know that these restaurants, they represent different kinds of restaurants, different kinds of food. These are nominal kinds of data in that they are different kinds of categories, different kinds of things. Okay, and we know that color or hue is really good at representing differences between categories. So we're going to change the point color here. So instead of just making every color or every point the same color, we're going to make every point colored based on the type of restaurant it is. So we're going to do by value, and we're going to select the column in our attribute table where we're holding that information. And it is type. Carto recognizes that as a category, and it gives us some default color sets to work with. And we'll go ahead and choose that one. And we can also specifically choose for particular types of food, specific colors if we wanted. Okay, we can also add labels. So we might want to label on the map itself each restaurant and its name. And that happens to be stored in the restaurant column in our attribute table. And we know that because if we go down here, we can switch from the map view to the data view. And this is just like opening our attribute table, and that's exactly what this is. Okay, and so we have the lat long and the address for each of our restaurants in the city, the name, type, so on and so forth. Okay. All right. Finally, we can change the pop-up menu. Okay, so the great thing about Carto is that it enables interaction. Okay, so we can click on it, and we can have our users click on these points and obtain more information about each restaurant. Okay. However, we haven't set that up. So as you can see, it's blank. So we go to the pop-up menu here. We can say that when users click, that we will show them a light pop-up menu. That includes the type of restaurant, okay, so that we can associate that with the color as well as the phone number. Okay, so that now when we click on a restaurant, we get the phone number and the type of food served there. And if we wanted to add a legend, okay, we can add that. All right. So that is a basic introduction to Carto. The last step, when you're all ready, is to click Publish back in the main table of contents. Okay. And that will allow you to get a link to send it to your friends, coworkers, or post in your social networks, or you can actually embed it in a website. Okay, so it'll give you the code by which you can actually embed it in a website. All right, we're not going to go ahead and do that today, but that should get you started on using this platform in order to symbolize some data about Canadians that we will provide to you. Okay, and do so in a way that you can share and allow users to interact with.